Hey everyone, how you doing today? It is, I believe, a Tuesday. I'm starting to lose track of the days. I have been in Florida in my satellite office now for quite a bit. But you know what's wonderful is it's such a relaxing environment. You can see things you normally wouldn't see, or feel things you normally wouldn't feel, or maybe be open to things you normally wouldn't be open to when you're in the right environment. While I've been down here, I've just recently finished the biography of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a Christian, by most a pastor, a spy. He's a wonderful martyr for our faith that stood strong against the Nazis back during World War II. And I finished that book coinciding with a book called God and Churchill that a good friend of mine, most of you know him, Thomas Tidland, gave that to me several years ago. But what I was reading in both of these books was looking through Churchill's life and seeing how many things that he did that did not go well. He literally failed. Dietrich Bonhoeffer during his life felt like he didn't do everything that he felt like he was called to do before he was hung. That's right, martyred, hung for what he believed at the age of 39. And now, so many years later, after his life has been over, he's revered by by almost everybody in the Christian faith as one of the largest martyrs and theologians of our time, standing strong for something that nobody else would stand strong for. And now, best-selling books and his heritage and his legacy has affected so many thousands and tens of thousands of lives. He didn't even know when he was alive. And if you know Churchill's story, he failed and failed and failed again. People made fun of him. People thought he was crazy. He flipped back at sides. He flipped back and forth in his own. He's indecisive. And then he became prime minister. But see, what I'm telling you is I've often felt like this. Have you ever felt like I'm such a failure? You know, there's so many things that take place in life that don't turn out how we expect them to look. And in that moment we go to, I'm a failure. I'm such a failure. I should quit. I should give up. I should give in. I should give out. But did you know, if you're a failure, you fit in with so many people that lived great lives. So many people now that are revered as geniuses, as successes, as world changers. The larger portion of their life was a collection of failures. So I'm trying to share with you something that Andrew Carnegie shared with Napoleon Hill so many years ago. Success is not found without failure. Failure is absolutely part of success. It's what you do with the failure that makes all the difference. So many people fail and they make it who they are. I've often said this: failure is an event. It's not a person. It's something that simply turns out different than you thought it was going to turn out, but now it gives you the opportunity to go back and try something again with that much more knowledge. See, what you got to understand is you have to fail your way to success. I know it kind of sounds cliche-ish, but I've often felt like in my life, you know what? Oh man, it did not turn out how I wanted it to. I'm not where I want to be by where I thought I would be. Or this project or that project isn't going the way I wanted to go. And we're tempted to buy in that we're a failure. And I ask myself, well, how many more, you've heard the saying, you know, you got to keep on walking around the corner. Maybe it's around the next corner, everything will begin to look like how you want it to look like. And all too often I've asked myself, how many more corners am I going to have to walk around until it finally looks like how I want it to look like? Think about Churchill, think about Napoleon Hill, think about Andrew Carnegie, think about Dietrich Bonhoeffer and how many times I thought about how many times am I going to have to walk around this corner until it's finally going to look how I want it to look. People have asked me that, even my 20 years of career of speaking all over the world. Keith, how much longer? The truth is, I cannot tell you how many more corners you've got to walk around before it'll look like you want it to look. But here's a truth that I believe is 100% true. The one corner that you don't walk around, the one corner you give up prior to walking around, that would have been the corner that everything was going to look different. So I just thought I'd share with you some things that have encouraged me between that biography, the book God and Churchill, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, that you have to understand failure is a part of the formula. Our society today is so anchored their significance to what they deem as success, and that's why it's so far and few between. But actually success is found, it's the other half of the same coin as failure, as long as you don't stop learning and growing. It's not about what it looks like, it's about what you learn from it and how you move forward with what you've learned. If you keep on doing that, it'll be like Thomas Edison. It took him over 10,000 different ways to figure out how a light bulb looked. So as I'm sitting here in a very beautiful environment and still asking myself, why do I sometimes still feel like I'm a failure? It's because I'm too hard on myself. Maybe you are too. But if you realize all those failures are a part of the future story of your overall success, maybe you wouldn't be so hard on yourself. And I can promise you this, you definitely would not give up, give out, or give in. So I just wanted to encourage you today as I was sitting here pondering that. I'm going to give you a quick view, if I can figure out how to turn it out. It's easy to think about life and not giving up. That's my boat over there. Key is, don't give up too soon. Maybe your success, maybe you won't even realize until your past's gone and other people will see it and live and be impacted by it, like Dietrich Bonhoeffers. We don't know that answer, but the truth is this: as long as you don't give up, you will make a difference. So I just wanted to share that with you today. I have felt that before, where I feel like I'm a failure, I'm going to give up, but I'm not going to. Neither should you. Keep on pressing on and see what the future holds, because remember this: God's always in control and nobody's throwing him a curveball. Even when things don't turn out how you want them to look like, he'll always use them for your good. So there's a little faith for you today too. So I appreciate all of you today. If you feel like a failure, hopefully this spoke to you today. I just wanted to put out this little thought that I was having as I was in personal time today and share it with all of you. So God bless you all. Have a wonderful day.